I'm just gonna start rolling here as soon as I can. No. Hold on. Oh, none of my buttons are working. That's great. Okay. Hello. Today is April 17th, 2026. And I come to you today. Well, I need to fix this real quick.
Okay. Wow.
Okay, I come to you today. We are looking at a potentially dangerous situation tornado going through the town of. Well. I don't
What?
know what's the town of Lena. I'm trying to remember which state it is, but my map is just horribly broken. Illinois, I believe that is Lena, Illinois. That is either Illinois or Wisconsin. Somebody check on
I
that.
can't tell from this map.
It's either Illinois or Wisconsin. I'd have to figure out which. Nothing's working right now. It is Illinois, the town of Lena, Illinois. This is a potentially dangerous situation. Tornado warning. We have an observed tornado with a considerable damage threat. We had a camera here that we were quite literally watching the tornado roll through. It is rain-wrapped tornado. You will not be able to see it when it rolls through your town. This is why it is important to go ahead and seek shelter now. If you're in Lena, Oneco, north of Freeport, Rock City, Durand, you're not in the warning yet. I'd probably go ahead and get on to shelter, though. Well, this is not the only dangerous tornado we've seen so far this afternoon, and I can imagine it will not be the last. I am still working on getting some things set up because we rushed into this, but it's okay.
So is this pretty much taking place on Highway 20, Interstate 20?
Yeah, that would be right over Highway 20. That's highway. Trying to switch to velocity here. Get a look. The couplet here is really hard to see on radar. I believe we're in a radar hole, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't believe the other radar is really any better. Where is my storm in Lena? Lena. I might turn on the warnings here just to find stuff. I turn on warnings. There we go. It finally loaded. Yeah, so the rotation here, hard to see on radar. There we go. Here's a tornado warning. Here's a tornado warning. Multiple tornado warnings right now. I'm trying to find our one in Lena. There's Cedar Rapids. I can't find it. Does it not show me if it's a PDS or not? I guess it doesn't.
I don't know. Looks like we have pretty good size hail.
Yeah, hail is definitely going to be an issue going
One
into
and three
today.
quarter inches.
Is this our storm in Lena? Where's Lena? I can't search on Aguacero, so I'm doing the best I can. It's one of these tornado warnings. I just can't find it. Oh, here we go. I believe, yes, this is the Lena storm. I'm going to use the Davenport radar if the data ever loads. All right, I'm going to bring you over. My buttons are still not working. And the warning just refreshed. The PDS warning continues. Carries on. All right, we're coming over to my secondary here. Oh my God. If you put into storm relative velocity, you can see the couplet. It wouldn't load before, but it is definitely you can see it now.
Need to check out this Carroll County, Illinois.
It's coming over to you.
Really dark clouds. Looks like high winds.
Yeah. He's got a good view of that supercell.
Yeah. Definitely looks like it wants to form something.
Which one does he hit? Is he heading into that storm in Lena?
I guess that's where he's headed, yeah. Looks like he's in Carroll County, Illinois. Hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to fix. I'm having really bad settings issues over here. Trying to see what I can fix. Alright, I'm going to see if that fixes something. Gives me any better performance, because right now the lag is horrible on what I'm seeing and what they're seeing. My buttons have yet... Oh, I'm still... My computer's still opening everything it normally opens on startup, so maybe it'll fix my buttons here in a second. Once they preload in. New scan just came in. The velocity here is very, very contaminated. I can tell you that.
Like a really bad stormy in Freeport,
Freeport,
Stevenson
Illinois.
County, Illinois. Lots of rain, low hanging clouds, a lot of wind, high winds. And that is right there on Highway 20.
Yeah. If you guys give me a second, I'll fix that alert counter at the bottom. I don't know why it broke. It should be fixed, but it didn't. Illinois public safety scanner in one of these counties. Somebody's hearing reports of homes with a roof torn off in Lena. So we do believe that this Lena supercell is doing damage. This is a dangerous tornado on the ground in Lena, Illinois. The hail that we're seeing reflected on radar, really can't tell if that's hail or debris at this moment in time. We believe it's hail.
I'm not seeing many cameras to watch from here. Are you getting any?
No, I'd probably have to go search for those cameras. I can see if I can find the one I was looking at earlier. I feel like though whatever we have is gonna get knocked off. Oh, we
Yeah.
do have the Lena camera. Maybe it gave me a preview.
He
It
said
is
Twitter
off.
was down all around there.
He said what?
He said Twitter was down all around there, so that's probably where the cameras are picking up. Do the cameras pick up from Twitter or go through Twitter?
No, he might be having bad signal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so the Lena camera is offline, and I can't look at the previous. I can't see the moments leading up to it going offline. I do have my buttons back, so that's good for me.
Right.
I'm going to try to take a look and see when exactly the storm went observed. I'm currently trying to keep up with everything.
Right there in Stevenson County, Illinois, they're having big pieces of hail.
So the Lena camera I just told you about was lifted into the air
Oh, wow.
by the tornado. Like, it was quite literally in the air for a period of time. We have screenshots here where thing was quite literally pointed up at the sky. We believe it was literally in the air, flung up by the tornado. I can show you, someone took a screenshot of it right before it got knocked out. I can show you that. Never mind, my buttons are still not working. This was what the camera in Lena, Illinois saw before it was knocked out. So this tornado in Lena, as I previously stated, is rain wrapped, so you won't be able to see it coming when it comes. Last radar scan was 5 minutes ago. I'm going to try to see if I can fix this. I don't know where it is, though. Is it here? It's here. Okay. All right, so the warning count at the bottom is fixed on this screen. I'll fix it on the others. I can't see what it says. Nana can see what it says because she has the live. If you look over there at your look over on your second tab because that's not big enough for me to read.
Look at what?
Look at your second tab there where you have the stream pulled up. It is
Okay.
still, it is, your thing is lagging.
Hmm.
There we go. That's current. Can you read the bottom warning counts good enough?
No.
Okay, yeah, I can't read them either. I don't know why the lag just hates me today.
You can't make it any bigger either. It doesn't get any bigger.
Yeah. That's okay.
Pop out. Here we go. Still can't make them out because the little print is so small.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm working on trying to fix my encoder over here because it is dying right now.
Are you seeing this in Orangeville, Illinois?
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at yours right now.
That looks really eerie.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm going to take another look here. Our radars are so contaminated, it's hard to tell anymore what this
I
storm's
know.
doing. But let's just assume it's still on the ground because the warning's being continued. If you're in Cedarville, you should have been in shelter 5 minutes ago. If you're in Dakota, Rock City, Davis, Durand, Freeport, go ahead and get to your safe space. There in Illinois. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna take it over, and we're gonna go to Kansas, I believe. Yes, this would be heading straight into Ottawa, Kansas, the area that was hit by a tornado Monday night. This is another tornado warning here coming into Melbourne, Ganamo. Sorry if I said that wrong. Williamsburg. There is quite obvious rotation with this storm. So if you're in Melbourne, Linden, Kansas, there you need to be getting to your safe space right now. I'm going to put a track on it. Moving all the way up into Ottawa. Ottawa, you know something about tornadoes from Monday night. Melbourne in 8 minutes. Ganamo in 17 minutes. Pomona in 23 minutes. If you're in any of these areas, you need to be getting a shelter in Ottawa. You're next up in about 35 minutes. We're not sure if this thing's dropping a tornado right now, but you can see the rotation. We're looking right there. Rotation's pretty obvious.
Large hill. Where I was just at now.
Hail's gonna be
Iowa City.
Hail's a big issue today. Let's move up to north of Cedar Rapids, where we have another radar indicated tornado warning. This is contaminated and a half right here. If there was ever a definition, if there was a good definition for contamination, this is it. Because this is horrible. But there's a radar indicated tornado warning here. Moving into Center Point, Alburnett, Robbins, and Central City, Iowa. If you're in those areas, go ahead and seek shelter now.
Wow,
Freeport. This is our Lena storm here north of Freeport. The rotation appears to be dying down. They have reduced the tornado to a radar indicated tornado warning. So that means that the tornado has lifted and that has been observed.
Right.
I'm fixing this counter right now. Cool. That's fixed. That's amazing. Hopefully the feed is looking better for you guys. I think I fixed some stuff.
This looks like a pretty good sized storm system. Covering on good amount of area. Do we have any idea how much area all this is covering?
Yeah, you can turn on your Outlook there and take a look at the Outlook. It is a moderate risk today. The categorical day 1 there. The tornado risk is very isolated to the north. I'm going to let you have it. Wow. The tornado threat is very isolated to the north, as you can see on her screen right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at this with Janesville, Cedar Rapids, Davenport. Let's try to get an idea of what's going on.
I'm looking for Blair, Wisconsin right now because I believe that is our next on the ground tornado.
Yeah, they've got huge hail.
Wisconsin. Blair, Wisconsin. I don't
Wow.
know these areas.
So is this headed north? Northeast?
What?
The storm system itself.
So it's moving to the east.
Okay.
There's no north or south movement with it, really. Where is Blair, Wisconsin? Somebody tell me where Blair, Wisconsin is. You guys know these places. I don't. Blair,
Seen it.
Wisconsin. Wisconsin. Ah, there we go. So there's just north of our Lena storm, where that big cluster is. Yep, okay. Blair, Wisconsin. If you are in Blair, are you still there? Did you get knocked out?
It says I got popped out.
You popped out the stream to another window, but that's okay because I stopped it because it kept freezing on you anyway. This is an observed tornado going through Blair, Wisconsin. If you're in Blair, Taylor, Hickston, Black River Falls, go and get in your safe space. This is an observed tornado warning.
I can't even find you on the map right now.
There's a lot going on. You can use you have a search icon right there you can use to look for Blair. Right beside the home there. Blair, Wisconsin, though. This is what I want to point out. You see this little thing? Well, I thought I could draw. I have a button. There we go. See this little thing right here? This is a TDS, or tornado debris signature. If we match that up with the velocity couplet, take a look at that. So I'm going to circle the area. All right, and then we're going to come back to correlation coefficient. See how it lines up? That is a signature of debris. So this thing is actively doing damage. And I'm going to try to assess this. Wrong button. I'm going to find it. Okay, I don't think I'm going to find it. All right, we're going to push this Blair, Wisconsin storm out. If I can figure out why it's not. Okay. Let's obliterate that. But yeah, if you're in Blair, Wisconsin, Taylor, Hickston, Black River Falls, going to be getting into your safe space because this thing is doing damage. Once again, in Lena, Illinois, you've got reports of roofs being torn off by that tornado that rolled through just a few moments ago.
I can't even find Lena now. I've lost it.
It's on your screen right now. Rockford, there west of Rockford, that is the Lena storm.
Okay. I see Rockford.
You'd have to zoom in a lot to see Lena. It's a little village, so the map doesn't show it.
Well, I had it earlier. It just got lost.
Yeah, you lost it again. I'm waiting on a new radar scan to come in. The last one was 4 minutes ago here in Blair, Wisconsin.
Hmm. He's got a dark, black, cloudy area here. Freeport, Stevenson County, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Again.
We have 16 tornado warnings, everybody. 16.
Oh my goodness.
I pulled it up on my phone because I don't have it pulled up on my computer, and it's just too small to tell if I don't have it on my phone. Yeah, 16 tornado warnings. 17 now. It went up right as I said that.
Wow. So what are these red arrows here for?
Those are storm tracks. It just kind of draws those to show where it's moving.
Okay.
My radar data is coming in very slow. Do we have a new scan? Yes, we do on the Blair, Wisconsin storm. It is. Oh, there. Look, there it is. So, I would like to say that that's no longer. How did I go back a scan? Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I keep going back a scan. What is? Oh, because we don't have velocity on the new one. Oh, okay. So we don't have velocity on the latest scan, but I would out of an abundance of caution, I'd say that this is still doing damage.
Oh wow. I did something and got everything red. Don't know what I did.
You changed the velocity, I think.
Okay.
Got a new scan on reflectivity. Aguacero seems to be a little bit behind with radar scans. That's something I gotta keep in mind. Right, if you're in Taylor right now, the storm is approaching you. Need to be in your safe space because this thing is doing damage. I'd love to tell you that it's lifted, but I'm not sure.
So what is our group 1 risk and group 2 risk?
Good question. So, Group 1 risk, that is our significance 1 rating. So, that means that tornadoes EF1, EF2 plus are possible. Group 2 rating, that is our SIG 2 rating. That means that tornadoes upwards of EF3 is possible.
Okay.
So we have EF2 and EF3 tornadoes possible here in the risk zone. The Blair, Wisconsin storm that has now moved into Taylor and is moving on to Hickston, that has been downgraded to a radar indicated tornado warning. So we believe that that has lifted. Once again, I'd still be getting into your safe space because there's a possibility it can touch the ground again. But as for right now, there's not a tornado on the ground. We're up to 18 tornado warnings total. I'm not doing a good job of keeping up with these. I need like alerts because I don't even know where these things are at this point. And I don't know why that is so slow. I ran a test the other day and literally everything was fine. When we actually go to do it, everything breaks down.
Okay.
Isn't that just amazing?
Exactly.
Let me just turn this all the way up and see what happens. What's the worst that could come of it?
I don't know.
Oh my god. Need a NASA computer. That's what I need.
Okay.
I need to just walk into the NASA headquarters and take one of their computers.
Borrow one. Don't take it.
Borrow
Just borrow.
one.
Yeah.
And they'll mysteriously
Borrow it
never get it back.
with the knowledge that they may get it back one day eventually.
Yeah, see?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Not likely, but
It's a
possibly.
draw.
Oh, this is a. Have you seen the sky on this one?
No, I have not. I'll send it to you. That's a little bit better once I turned up the bitrate. I just crank it all the way up. What happens if I just crank it all the way up? Let's go up to 20. Why not? And let's go up a little bit on that too. My computer is gonna hate me. I don't know why I'm using my processor instead of my GPU. My GPU usage is sitting at 27%, which should be higher.
It's off of Highway 70. Can you see where I have my arrow pointed?
Yes, I do.
That doesn't look good.
I believe that's just clouds on the other side of that shelf that's moving
Okay.
into them.
Hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah, no, those aren't
It's
funnels.
clearing up a little more. This is back off of Highway 20. Mm.
Yeah, like I said, I'm having a hard time keeping up with everything new that's coming out. Doesn't help that the sheer amount of stuff on our radar screens is bogging us down.
Yeah.
Davenport observed sounding very high CAPE values. That is convective available potential energy. 24.4 value on the supercell composite. And pretty high values on significant tornado parameter. Temperature of 80. Dew point sitting at 67. No pun intended. Low LCLs. Lots of room between the air parcel and that temperature line. This is a new tornado warning, including Beaver Dam, Wisconsin, Juneau, Wisconsin, and Hustisford, Wisconsin. Let me see if I can find that for you guys. Hustisford. I'm taking it back. All right, this is the tornado warning, including Lowell, Wisconsin, Hustisford, Wisconsin, and Juneau, Wisconsin.
What about this Rockford?
There's a storm in Rockford. That's the storm that's the Lena storm that's moving into Rockford. We believe there's a bit of a good rotation right here, moving up into Juneau and Hartsford, Wisconsin. I'm gonna put a track on that. Moving very slowly at 26 miles an hour. So I mean, it's not a quick in and out thing here. This thing is it's gonna make it worthwhile when it comes through. Reeseville in 16 minutes, Lowell in 22 minutes, Clyman in 29 minutes, Juneau in 39 minutes, and Hustisford in 44 minutes for this tornado warning moving through. I would love to tell you I'm keeping up better than I am, but this is insane. I'm looking for observed tornado warnings right now. Not seeing any of them. Yeah, I'm not seeing any of them. All right, Nana, would you like to talk for a second?
Not really.
Well, that works.
I don't really know a whole lot to tell you.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. So we're gonna
So I
take
did
a.
hear him. I did hear him say that a lot of this was flood warnings too. Tornado watch, tornado warnings, and flood warnings
Yeah,
for all of this area.
if our radar wasn't so just terribly cluttered, you could see those. I can see those on my other screen over here because I have some stuff turned off.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we've these areas are flooding as well. And I want to take you over here to my other radar screen. That's where we're gonna go because we're gonna take a look. All of this white. Well, nope, that's the wrong. But I clicked the wrong button. Sorry, guys. All this white over here that you see on your screen.
I don't see anyone.
These are low level rotation tracks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Composite. Why is that? Why is that the weather bell one? What? Okay. I mean, I guess. I guess, bro. Oh, this one's normal. That one's not the Weather Bell one. So why is this Weather Bell? I don't know. My thing's broken. It's using the wrong color tables. Oh, maybe because this isn't even. Is this real data? No, this is real data. I was thinking it might be because I don't even know anymore. I don't even know why this thing is broken. I mean, this would make sense because this is forecast data, right?
Mm-hmm.
But a second ago it was on real-time data.
Okay.
Does it do the same thing if I put it over here? Because this is set to this is set to MRMS. Yeah, it's the same color tables for the real-time precipitation. I don't know what's wrong with it. I have no clue. I'll look into that later. Where are my warnings? Oh, they turn off with that. Okay. I guess.
The temperatures are not that high. I'm seeing 75, 68, 76.
I think the average you'll find is probably around 80.
Between 75 and 80.
Yeah, the soundings we were getting were 80-degree soundings.
Okay.
Observe tornado. What is this? I completely missed an observed tornado warning. Sorry, guys. This is upgraded to observed, though, so I don't think I missed much. This is Fairchild. Was this the one we were just looking at? No, this is a different one. Okay, this is Fairchild moving into the Clark County Forest in Willard here in the Eau Claire. That's clear air. We don't have a good debris signature, but we also don't have a good radar to look at. Here's the rotation couplet right here. Not a very clear debris signature, but this thing is observed, and the public knows best. So if you are in Willard, Greenwood, Loyal, and Wisconsin, go ahead and get into your safe space, because this is going to probably do some damage. And observed mesoanalysis is up to 8 on the significant tornado parameter. Real-time analysis up to 8 on the significant tornado parameter. Left tornado warning counter, we are still sitting at 18.
Oh,
Hope you
wow.
can see that at the bottom better than I can. A lot going on right now, if you couldn't tell. I've been waiting for a moment that's been quiet so I could do forecasting, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen anytime soon. Is that... Did they put both of those as observed? Okay, so they just changed that. So I've yet to see imagery on the storm moving into... I forgot where it was. I've completely lost my storm. Okay, I don't know where it is.
What town, what city were you close to?
I don't remember. Okay. Fairchild, Wisconsin.
Oh,
It is
okay.
close to Eau Claire.
Mm.
Black River Fault. Here we go. I found it.
Oh, I saw that Black River Falls a minute ago.
Still a velocity couplet. New scan has weakened. But something I am concerned about on this storm. Let's take a look at this. So I'm going to draw where our velocity couplet is. Take note of this. Then we're going to take a look at correlation coefficient. See this? Now, there's a possibility that's contamination. But if that is a tornado debris signature, then this thing is on the ground and doing damage. So if you're in Fairchild and the Clark County Forest moving into Greenwood and Loyal, Wisconsin, you need to be getting into your safe space because there's a possibility this thing is doing damage. I'm working on getting new information right now. Oh my god. Jesus. Found a video of the camera in Lena, Illinois that got absolutely lofted into the air by the tornado. Now, you can't see a lot on this video. I want you to pay attention to the sound. Pay attention to how the camera rocks. I'm going to turn it down because it's a little loud. And I can point out to you the exact moment this thing gets lofted into the air by an on-the-ground tornado. Let's have a look. In a second, you'll be able to see trees. This is trees.
I can't see any of that.
I turned on the camera again. If you look in that, click on your Chrome window at the bottom there. You don't have to do that. You can turn that off. Click on your Chrome there at the very on your taskbar. And click on that second one there. Now listen to this howling sound. I haven't heard this from a tornado before, but that definitely sounds like a tornado. That is the sheer power of that wind. And it's fixing to get picked up. I don't even know what that is right now. The camera is getting rocked around. You can see debris flying through the air. I believe the camera is about to go airborne. Yep, the camera is now airborne. We are looking at the sky. And it cuts off.
Oh.
Thing was quite literally taken off the big giant pole they put it on and just thrown up into the air. That is the power of these tornadoes. If it can do it to a camera, at the very, I imagine it's a very sturdy camera. If it can do it to that, it can do it to your roof and your house, which is why it is important when you're in these tornado warnings to seek shelter. Back to the storm north of Fairchild, Wisconsin. This thing has died down. I imagine that's probably not on the ground anymore. I won't make assumptions, though. I don't know why you guys were... Okay, you guys were looking at the wrong thing there. Just found the NATOcast outlook for today. Take a look at that. According to NATOcast, everybody's getting tornadoes.
Wow.
We have 15% risks basically everywhere in a hatched zone. A little tiny 30% risk there. I don't know why it is so laggy. Can I just crank that all the way up and just see what happens? Oh, that increases my CPU usage even more. But is it smoother? It is no smoother. Maybe, did I get it too high? Is that a thing you can do? Can you get your bit rate too high? I don't know. It might be this. Let me turn that. That might be a little better.
Looks like we lost a few of our storm chasers.
Yeah, they might have lost signal.
Oh. See lots of lightning.
Yeah.
And some big dark clouds over here in Winnebago County, Illinois.
Stevenson County Sheriff reports that multiple roofs have been torn off of homes in Lena, Illinois.
Oh, wow.
All right, where's the storm? Weston. I need to find this storm because that is, I believe that's looking pretty bad. All right, the Weston storm, Weston, Wisconsin. Moving into Ringgold, Antigo. I'm going to pull you over to it in a second. I wish there was a... Oh. Lord. Okay, here's a look at the storm in Weston, Shut up, Google. Here's a look at the storm in Weston, Wisconsin. Moving into Ringgold and Antigo. Take a look at that velocity. No damage, no debris signature just yet. But that is some pretty strong rotation if I've ever seen it. So yeah, if you're in Ringgold, Antigo, I would take shelter.
I don't see any cameras in this Alba, but it says they have lots of hail, tornado watch, 80% hail, winds 70%.
Yeah, we are suffering from lack of camera syndrome in
I
this area.
know. There's heavy rainfall.
I'm gonna shoot it over to you. I would love to figure out what's going on with my settings today. The next week or so is supposed to be pretty quiet, so maybe I'll take some time to figure out what's going on because this is really starting to get on my nerves.
I was checking this down here in Trenton. It's just severe thunderstorm warnings.
Yeah.
So it's not as bad there, maybe. I don't see any cameras on mine, Harley.
Yeah, we are. That is the problem here. We don't have any cameras. New severe thunderstorm warning for the Kansas City metro area, including Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, and Overland Park, Kansas. That is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and quarter-sized hail possible with a population of 1.17 million, 373 schools, and 22 hospitals. So that is a severe thunderstorm moving through a very populated metro region in Kansas City right now.
Um,
A tornado possible, destructive severe thunderstorm warning in Kansas moving into Missouri. I'm going to find this storm. We're going to take a look at it. The velocity couplet on the Weston, Jesus. The velocity couplet on the Weston storm is intensifying rapidly. So while I've got that found, I'm going to pull you over to it. Take a look at that velocity. Oh, it weakened. Right as I said that, it weakened just a tad bit. I'm going to put a track on this thing. I'll start your camera back.
mm,
I'm starting and stopping it, trying to figure out if it's part of the problem here, but I don't think it is. Antigo in 50 minutes. Really not a lot of areas on the map in this little region, so hopefully that means a lower population for the storm to impact. But I'm going to take you over to the tornado possible destructive severe thunderstorm warning that is in Kansas currently moving into Missouri. Everything is lagging right now. That's not cool. That is not cool at all. $80-mile-an-hour winds, and I believe that's quarter-sized hail or penny-sized hail. Take a look. That's in Kansas moving into Missouri. It is on the eastern Kansas border. Take a look at that hail on correlation coefficient. That is a sight to see. Not the best radar coverage. I don't know what's going on. Some of this is definitely contaminations to blame, but that is definitely some hail. So if you are in Paola, Lewisburg, Kansas, Spring Hill, Kansas, Aubrey, Kansas, Fontana, Kansas, Lynn Valley, Kansas, moving into Freeman, Missouri, Harrisonville, Missouri, Garden City, Missouri, Archie, Missouri, and Adrian, Missouri. I would almost say treat this like a tornado warning because of the 80-mile-an-hour winds. Get away from windows because of that hail. And I would honestly get to your safe space as if this was a tornado warning. And a tornado is possible. Yeah. Yeah. I am here. Okay. Yep. They're looking at your screen right now. No, Group 2 is worse than Group 1. We're going to take a look at Black Rivers here in just a moment. Black Rivers. I have not been watching this storm. Here we go. I have it on mine. This thing, it's in Wisconsin. It is near, if you're zoomed out, it shows Black River Falls, south of Eau Claire. Take a look at this velocity. That is very intense rotation. And there's a possibility that thing is on the ground currently. It has not been observed yet. It is simply radar indicated, but if it does drop, somebody will call it in. If you're in Hatfield, you should have been in shelter 5 minutes ago. Neillsville, Granton, and Lynn, Wisconsin, going to get into shelter because this thing is coming your way, and that rotation is very, very tight. New scan just came in. Not on the velocity. We'll wait a minute for it. Oh, nope, not what I wanted. Is that a new velocity scan? Yeah, it is. Okay. Still intense rotation here. So this potential tornado is tracking up. I'll put a track on it. All the way up and out. Hatfield in 5 minutes. Really, it's over you right now. That's inaccurate. Neillsville in 26 minutes and Lynn in 40 minutes. Are we gonna take a look at the? We're gonna take a look at the future. I don't know why it is adding stuff to my thing here, but we're gonna take a look into the future. I imagine this probably isn't going to last very long because there will be something new in about 5 minutes. But then let's take a look at the high resolution rapid refresh. This is current as of 21Z, so this was about an hour ago. And this run's really new. Okay. Let's go back to the old run. Here we go. So this is the present right now. This lines up pretty well with what we're looking at. As we move into the future, let's take a look at how this thing bows out in literally just an hour. Take a look at the bow. So it really becomes a line by tonight, and our storm ingredients are going to calm down significantly. I'm going to layer... I don't have a scene for this, so you guys are just going to have to deal with this on the side. I'm going to layer SB Cape over this, and we're... that's above... There we go. It might be a little hard to read. But let's take a look at how our storm energy... It is quite literally gobbled up by the storms as they roll through. So by... See, this is 12 o'clock Eastern time. The storm energy is not there anymore. Really, it's not there by 8. So, in all honesty, and look at the diminishment between 4 o'clock and 5 o'clock. The storms were worse. So, I don't imagine us being here for much longer. This was never going to be... They will be less severe within the next hour, I believe, personally. Take a look at the supercell composite layered over the top of that. See how this just... We get really severe as the storms are starting, and then it dies down as well. We can change this to Sigtor. So you can see we start off with a lot of energy, and then it just kind of dissipates as the storms roll on. Take a look at the moisture. We can take a look at that if we layer that over the top. Let's look at the moisture convergence here. That's cool to look at. If we take a look into the next couple days for the entire country, and we have a tornado. We have a tornado on the ground. I saw that right as I started speaking. Take a look at that. That is Rockford, Illinois. See, I kind of knew when I started forecasting this is exactly what was going to happen. You see a faint debris signature on radar. Rotation here. So yeah, take a look at that tornado. It's pretty cool. But if you are in Sureland, you should have been in a shelter 5 minutes ago. Harrison, same for you. Rockton, South Beloit, Roscoe, move to shelter now. This tornado is on the ground. I believe it just lifted. Yeah, it lifted. There's a possibility it touches down here within the next minute or so. So go ahead and get into shelter if you're in any of these areas, because it is coming for you next. Okay, so the tornado is in the process of lifting. Somehow you got muted, Nana. I don't know. I don't know how long she's been muted for. Hopefully only a
I don't
couple of
know. I didn't
minutes.
know I was muted.
Me neither. I accidentally clicked the button. Probably when
Oh.
I turned to your screen, actually, because it's right.
Hmm.
The button to mute you is right above the button to turn onto your screen.
He says it's still on the ground, headed towards 75. I guess Highway 75.
Yeah, I don't. Oh, yep, I can. I can see it. The funnel has gone a little bit. The funnel has gone away, but you can still see
Still
that
see the
dust
wind
on the
from it.
ground.
Yeah.
Going back to your screen here. Very nice looking mid level rotation on that storm. Intense mid level rotation. Now, a flash flood warning included Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas, and Overland Park, Kansas. So that area is flooding. That supercell is very impressive. Holy. Where are we looking at right now? Do you have any clue?
Rockton, Winnebago County, Illinois.
Okay, so we have another tornado on the ground, we believe, in Wisconsin. The town of Easton, Wisconsin. Also, I shall note the storm we're looking at right now is developing a hook echo on radar there.
They're crossing 75 and they've got hail beating on their windows.
All right, this storm is north of Ringgold, Wisconsin, is moving into Johnson. Johnson, you should be in shelter right now. This is our storm that's moving into Antigua. We were looking at it a few minutes ago. Take a look at that velocity couplet. Possible damage signature right there on the correlation coefficient. I can't tell if that's tornado damage or hail that's being reflected on that, but that is possibly on the ground. So if you're in Johnson, as I said, you should be running to shelter. And Antigua, you're up next for this possible tornado. Oh, it's a PDS tornado. Okay, I missed that entirely. Observed tornado, PDS tornado on the ground with a considerable damage threat moving into Antigua, Wisconsin. If you were in Johnson, you need to be getting to your safe space and getting to it fast because this thing is right over top of you. In Antigua, you need to be getting there pretty quickly as well. You're about to be included in the warning when it gets extended, which it probably will.
Oh, here we go.
And it is back on the ground there in Rockton, Illinois. That is debris flying around. I'm going to open a second tab here. Keep tabs on. Keep tabs. I'm going to look at these two tornadoes that are on the ground.
Now you can see debris flying everywhere.
Where is. Okay, here's that storm. Okay, I'm just going to switch tabs back and forth between our storm in Rockton and our storm moving into Antigua, Wisconsin. Here's tabs on the storm in Rockton, and the observed tornado warning will continue. Take a look at that. Strong rotation. Our storm moving up into Antigo. The warning is shifted a little bit. Mainly Antigo here. You're no longer in it, but it is still an observed tornado warning. Oh, I see why. Okay. I would still take shelter if you're in Antigo, to be honest. Aniwa, Burnham Wood, Maton, Phlox, Wisconsin. You guys need to be getting into shelter. White Lake, Wisconsin. I don't even think that's Wisconsin. I think that's Wisconsin. That's just another county. Yeah, all you guys need to be getting a shelter right now. Look at that. On velocity. That is an insane couplet. That's possibly some contamination, but the Winnebago, Boone, and Ogle County Fire Department, the Lena County, not Lena, the Lena Fire Department. Sorry, they have started a disaster box for tornado damage for their volunteer firefighters. So they are asking volunteer firefighters to respond out for tornado damage.
Looks like they have something going on here in Oxford, Johnson County, Iowa. They're watching the sky over there.
Scanner
Basically,
is
there's rain.
police scanner is apparently confirming fatalities in Lena, Illinois after the tornado moved through.
Okay.
Reed Timmer, the insane man driving the Dominator, drove into the tornado. Doesn't surprise me for Reed, but the Rockton tornado is starting to wrap up according to the radar. The velocity couplet is still there for that storm moving into Phlox and Antigo, Wisconsin. Once again, you guys still need to be getting into shelter. Really quickly, because I know something's gonna happen, and I can't even do that. Dinner's ready. You want to eat in your room or you eat in here? I'll eat in there.
I'm looking for Clot, Iowa.
For what?
Clot, Alot, 90-mile-an-hour winds and baseball size hail,
Let's
plus a
see.
tornado watch. I can't find it.
You said that's Iowa? Clot, Iowa?
Yeah,
Clot. Where were you hearing that at?
I
Iowa.
saw it on the thing
Oh, okay.
when I accidentally did the thing to see how far, um, the tracking to see how far it was something else was gonna be. I saw that on there.
Yeah. Yeah, you're on models right now, right? You're not on live radar.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's why.
Might have been part of the problem. I don't even know what we've got going on anymore. We've got multiple tornadoes on the ground. That's all I know to tell you. You got multiple tornadoes on the ground. I couldn't tell you where they are. I believe that one that rolled through Illinois a few minutes ago that produced a tornado, they're still looking at that one.
Yeah, I've been trying to watch a few of those to see what was going
I
on.
I don't even know anymore.
Clinton, Rock County, Wisconsin.
So that's the
Dark,
farthest.
dark clouds. Are you seeing what I'm seeing?
Yeah. So I do have to report. Local media is reporting 4 casualties in Lena, Illinois. So they're looking at declaring that tornado a mass casualty incident. So that we're not going to be pre-rating tornadoes over here. That was definitely a strong tornado that moved through Lena, Illinois and Stevenson County. Let's take a look at our Kansas City tornado warning. This tornado warned storm is moving. It is a confirmed tornado warning. It is now being allowed to expire. But there's still a PDS severe thunderstorm warning on that for 80-mile-an-hour observed winds and a destructive damage threat moving just south of the Kansas City metro area into Lee's Summit, Lake Winnebago, Lake Latawena, Blue Springs, Green Valley, and Oak Grove. Okay, they're going to look at your screen for a second.
Okay. Still looking for this clot. It was around in here somewhere because that KDVN is where it said something about it too. I don't know what it was.
We've got reports of power lines down all over the place.
I'll tell you one thing.
What?
We need to find a map that has names that we know how to pronounce.
I know, right?
Uh,
I need to modify our map to make the names on the map the pronunciation guide instead, where it separates them out into syllables.
I've never seen such crazy names on some of them. But the maps that we're looking at right now, most of them are ones that I've never been to as much. So that's why I'm not as familiar with the names.
Yeah, so these tornadoes that rolled through that we were tracking just an hour or two ago have now caused extensive damage.
Wow.
I don't know. Where's Marathon County? Do you know where Marathon County is in either Wisconsin or Illinois?
Oh, here's this clot. It's not a town. It's part of the radar
Oh,
thing.
that's a radar. Okay.
Because that's where that Brandon Copic was at. This is
Okay, so
off right
Marathon
now.
County, that is Wazoo, Wisconsin. Wazoo, I hope I'm saying that right. That is where our Antigo storm moved through. It's still radar indicated rotation, but not that observed tornado. So let me just tell you some of the things that are being reported. This is from that county scanner. Per a firefighter, an entire subdivision is destroyed near River Road and Sattler Lane by Riverside Elementary School. Multiple people reported trapped in basements under collapsed homes on Sattler Lane. There's a possible gas leak and explosion on Abbey Street. Persons trapped under a collapsed home and a strong smell of natural gas at that time, which they have since been evacuated. The Salvation Army has been dispatched. And I saw one more thing. Yeah, homes completely destroyed on River Road in the town of Ringel. Dispatch reports roofs blown off homes and the roadway being impassable to emergency responders.
Oh.
Here's a report from the Stevenson County Public Scanner. This is a direct quote heard by the AI. The AI detected this person saying, quote, "We've got a report of the bleachers in the park that have gone into a house and 4 of them have died."
You hear that?
I did not. I can't hear
Oh,
from yours.
okay.
I just hear an echo of myself.
They have a new tornado reissued warning. That's what he was saying.
Yeah.
They're headed from West Liberty, Mescaline County, Iowa.
This is a partial roof collapse at Lena High School. I'm going to see if I can pull this picture up.
Off of Interstate 80.
See if you can find the storm that Corey Gherkin's on, because that thing looks interesting. I want to find it on the radar
He
screen.
disappeared. I haven't seen him.
Bruh. Okay.
That one that I was just on was Brandon Montgomery. And then Brandon Copic. They're the only two that are on right now. Everybody else disappeared.
Yeah, they might have lost signal. All right, here is a picture of a roof that has been obviously torn off a house. Well, partially torn off a house. This is in Lena, Illinois. Working on finding any more pictures. I hate these Facebook links because Facebook doesn't like to let you open anything if you're not logged in.
Are you finding these pictures on the computer or on your phone and
On the
switching it
computer.
over? Oh, okay. Because I don't have any of those pictures.
Looking for. I don't believe you have any observed tornado warnings at this time. No, we don't. Okay, cool. We have people parked under an overpass In Wisconsin, what are we doing? New tornado warning. Let's see if I can find that. Illinois, Iowa, and Missouri. That's on a state line, ain't it? That's not Missouri? What?
There's something going on in Collins, St. Clair County, Missouri.
Okay, that might be that new tornado warning.
I got a Matthew Jones.
In case I don't mention it often enough, parking under an overpass is not safe. For whatever reason, that's been passed down for generations and generations. That might actually be one of the least safest things you can do. If you were caught in a tornado warning, you were driving, you want to pull over, find a ditch, and lie flat in the ditch. If you cannot find a ditch, simply pull over, duck down, and hope for the best.
Okay.
We don't like telling people to hope for the best in this, but sometimes that's what has to happen.
I've always had pretty good luck with just outrunning them.
What were you saying?
I've always had pretty good luck with just outrunning the tornado.
You ever had to outrun a tornado?
Yeah, 2 of them. In Alabama.
Well, we don't really recommend people do that. Tornado touchdown confirmed in Marathon County, Wisconsin. House is heavily damaged. I believe that's where I was looking at before. Yeah, Marathon County, Wisconsin. Hmm. Were you going to try to do Nana's grass this evening? No. Okay. And I will be right back. You can talk for a second if you want to.
Okay. I've just been looking through all of these cameras. Most cameras seem to be down. Oh, here's one that's going. Nothing to cover on this, though. Storm is probably headed their way. Most of these winds are 60 miles an hour, as up to even 100 miles an hour. Hail 1 inch in size. Severe storm warnings, flash flood warnings, and tornado watches. Not a lot of new information right offhand. Be a lot of lightning and storm clouds.